Son of a bitch! I cannot get that one part correctly, for fuck's sake! What's up, Thrashers, and welcome back to the Thrash Maniac 99 YouTube channel, and it's time for episode 11 of 5 Questions with Levi. I cannot believe we've made it 11 straight weeks with questions. Thank you all so much, and before I get started, be sure to send in questions in the comments section below for episode 12, and as usual, if you are new watching this channel or video, you can send me a question in the comments below for next week's episode, and I will do my best to answer them for you. But without further ado, let's do this! Cool Beans 12 asks, who do you think should take over WWE and book the matches when Mr. McMahon retires? Well, I think it's quite obvious who's going to take over when Mr. McMahon retires. It's definitely going to be Triple H. I think if Triple H was to book everything on Raw and SmackDown like how he's been booking with 205 Live recently and NXT, the main roster would be better than what it is right now. And it's because Mr. McMahon still runs the roost. But if not Triple H, I think Paul Heyman should take over the booking. After all, aside from his days as a promoter in ECW, he was actually the one booking SmackDown in 2002, and SmackDown was fucking amazing in 2002. So, Paul Heyman or Triple H, or hell, why not both? A collaboration effort, perhaps. But as long as Mr. McMahon's around, we're gonna be stuck with the same stupid shit that we have had for a while now. So, yeah, I'm really hoping some changes come to WWE very, very soon. Otherwise, who the hell knows what's gonna happen. But yeah, it should be Triple H or Paul Heyman or both taking over the booking for WWE when Vince is gone. Red Racer 1985 asks, what are your all-time favorite finishes in NASCAR history? Well, I got a couple of favorite finishes. One's recent, and it's controversial because I still don't get how people are disagreeing on this. But John Hunter Nemechek Cole Custer at Canadian Tire 2016 in the Truck Series was one of the best finishes I had ever seen. Two guys just beating and banging, bumping, running each other in the grass, up against each other on the wall, and it was like this much. John Hunter won. I still don't get how people are upset with John Hunter with that, and I don't want to open up that can of worms again. But my all-time favorite finish, I am a little biased considering I am a die-hard Carl Edwards fan, but Edwards' first Cup win at Atlanta in 2005 in the Golden Corral 500, when with like 5-6 to go, Edwards was trying to run the bottom to catch Johnson, and he was losing time, and his tires weren't the best, but he decided to go up high, and all of a sudden, he comes shooting up like a fucking rocket, and then off of turn 4, uses the outside, clips Johnson a little bit in the side, and then boom, Edwards pulled off one of the best last lap passes for the win ever in the history of the sport. So those would be my two favorites. Of course, the obvious choice for a lot of people would be Darlington with Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch, but I've seen better finishes personally, so yeah, there you have it with that. Wrestling for Life A11 asks, are you hyped for WWE 2K19? Well, if the rumors are true that supposedly starting with 2K19, the company 2K is doing an overhaul of the WWE games. If that's true, then yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. But if this is not the start of the overhaul, then I'm just gonna say it. It's probably just gonna be a copy-paste version of 2K18. I mean, I stopped playing 2K18 a long time ago because really, in my honest opinion, it was a mediocre 2K WWE game. I honestly thought 2K17 was better, personally, but I mean, it's just one man's opinion. It's not all the way fact, unless you think it's a fact. But with 2K19's Collector's Edition, it looks cool. However, that one's better, if you ask me. Particularly because of that autographed plaque you see on top of my Spider-Man Pop figure. But yeah, I am going to get the game just to keep my collection going. I'm probably going to get the standard version this year. Maybe the deluxe edition. I think I'm going to do the deluxe edition just so I could get the season pass. So if I ever wanted to play online and also get the DLC for free, then I'll get the deluxe edition. But I'm not expecting too much from this game. I'm going to be perfectly honest. And by the way, Tommy, how you doing? Where the fuck have you been for the last couple of years? We need to chat more, brother. BlazeLife334 asks, what are your favorite albums of 2017 and 2018? Well, BlazeLife334, I actually have all those albums right here. I got two favorites from 2017, and they both have one thing in common, and they are both thrash albums. But they were two of the best thrash albums to come out in this decade. First, we got Creator's Gods of Violence. I wish I had the cooler album art, but this is still pretty cool too. But I also like Power Trip Nightmare Logic. I mean, I like it so much that the damn the first solo in Soul Sacrifice is my intro and outro theme. So that should go to show you how much I love Nightmare Logic by Power Trip. So those are two of my favorites from 2017. And then my favorites so far for 2018 is At the Gates to Drink from the Night itself. I mean, just unbelievable melodic death metal from one of the two godfathers of the genre, along with Carcass. So, yeah, that is my favorite stuff from last year and this year. This year so far, last year for sure. So, yay! Space Metal Ferrari 248 asks, have there been any other tracks you went to a race at besides Kentucky, or are there other tracks you plan on going to besides Kentucky? You traditionally go to, like how I go to New Hampshire every year. Well, Mr. Space Metal Ferrari, I've been to Charlotte twice for the All-Star race 2 years in a row, 2009 and 2010. But yeah, that's the only track I've been to outside of Kentucky. But as far as like tracks I want to go to, the number one is Bristol, just because of the atmosphere and also the fact my two brothers, we used to go there every year from like 2004 until 2008. So I would love to go to Bristol. I would also like to go to Martinsville. I would like to go to Canadian Tire. Mid-Ohio would be fun. Talladega, Daytona, just to experience that atmosphere, even though the racing may not be all that good. It is what it is. But yeah, I have been to Charlotte twice, but that was it. I've been to Kentucky. This year was my 5th time to Kentucky. I went there twice in 06 for Trucks and Busch Series, 07 for Busch Series, last year for Cup, and this year for Cup. So altogether, I've been to 7 races in my life, so I need to step my game up, but with how the racing's been this year, no. Just no. And that does it for episode number 11 of 5 Questions with Levi, and like I said in the beginning, if you want to ask me a question for episode 12 next week, comment section below. If you're new to the channel watching this video, send me a question in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for episode number 12 next week. But until then, peace out, and I will see you soon.